Breakdown team. What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for June 12th, 2025. Thursday, June 12th, 2025. Ready for the end of the week. Ready for the last trading day of the week. Just gonna give everybody a few more, like a minute or two to join, and then we'll get started since we turned the stream on a little bit earlier. Just giving everybody the opportunity, the chance to join up and be ready. Again, just gonna give them another minute, and then we'll get started.
for a tree, the sword would obviously snap and rip from your hands. But what if the sword is unbreakable? You have an indestructible grip and your body is physically immovable. Well, the force would then transfer to the car. It would screech to a halt as the sword hits. But what if the car can't stop and is forced to keep moving? Now the tree should split in half. But if the tree is indestructible too, with no way to break, bend, or stop, the energy has nowhere to escape. Would this unleash a massive shockwave as powerful as a nuclear
Alright guys, let's get started. So again, we're going to go over the pairs that we usually look at during our live trading session. Since today is a Thursday session, usually Fridays we don't trade. I'm not going to go too much into detail with every single pair. We're just going to go over the 30-minute time frame, right? If we need to update the daily and the 4-hour, then we'll do that accordingly. If not, we'll just update the 30-minute highs and go on from there. So, or the 30-minute time frame and then go on from there. So, AU, we know we're still pretty much trading between this higher high, right, and this higher low down here. Still a pair moving counter trend. This is a pair that overall is in a downtrend. We're at the 4-hour highs right now as well. Am I expecting price to go down, to be honest, here in these areas? Not really, right? We know we're in a zone of consolidation where price has been rejecting highs and rejecting lows since last week, right? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday. So since Thursday last week, we've been consolidating, right? So again, AU is a pair that I am expecting it to go higher. I am expecting this pair to give me a steeper pullback. Once it gives me a steeper pullback, that's when I'm expecting it to start going back down. But right now it's still making higher highs and higher lows. It's still just following the trend that we're in. So AU, just going to skip it, go on to the next one. AUDCAD, we know that we're in an overall downtrend. We're in the first zone of consolidation, A1, looking for that second push to the bottom. Again, at this point, I'm not expecting this to be the lower high for us to make the lower low because price never gave us a valid break of the low, just gave us a testing candle. But we want to just keep an eye on the lower time frame. On internal structure, if we continue to see price making lower lows and lower highs, then perfect. We'll continue to look for those trades. We were in a zone of consolidation. Price gave us a break above the highs, gave us a pullback, right? Gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, came down and gave us a change of character, lower low. Right? This is one of those pairs that I am also very tempted to say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I say that I'm trading between this high and this low. But for the sake of structure, we're going to say that this is the change of character, and I'm trading between this high and this low. Mr. Ranbash also had a question about this pair that we could go over real quick, right? And his question was, is this a trade you'll consider taking, and kindly point where I made a mistake in my analysis with AUDCAD, right? So your analysis, there was nothing wrong, just the screenshot that you sent, right? Which was, you know, you have the engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame, right? At the 30-minute time frame, you're looking for price to break above. You got the break, you got the retest, right? There is nothing wrong with it. You got the retest, what you said, the retest and entry, it was a valid engulfing candle, everything is correct, right? The only thing that's incorrect about this entry is, again, you're taking a buy position when overall we're in a downtrend. So this is the reason why I wouldn't consider taking this trade, right? Again, what you drew out wasn't incorrect. The engulfing candle was a valid engulfing candle, but the overall direction is where you're wrong, right? Again, I'm not going to be looking for buys when we're in an overall downtrend, right? So go on to the next one. Euro AUD daily time frame, we know we are in Level 3, we haven't reached peak high yet, so that's good. We're still in an uptrend, still making higher highs and higher lows. We still have that gap at the bottom of the market, but that's okay. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that gap just yet. On the 4-hour, we had 3 weeks of rise on the third week. Gave us a rise drop. We were looking for that 4th week variation, and we got that. We got a beautiful push to the top side, right? And on the 30-minute, we had the inducement of the low, and then price continued that trend to the top side. We have the change of character on the 30-minute, and we now have the break of structure. So we also have 2 days of rise. Could we be looking for that 3rd day push? Absolutely. The only thing I don't like about this 3rd day push is the fact that price gave us such a steep pullback towards the end of the day. You know, at this point, for price to give us that 3rd day push, we're going to need to do a little bit more than STP at 85 pips. So we'll keep an eye on it. Nothing wrong with a little bit of love. We'll keep an eye on EA, and we'll see what price wants to do. Pretty big zone too. Alright, so this is our 372, 3rd day high. We'll be looking at this going into tomorrow. EURCAD, very similar. We have 2 days of rise. Right, this is a pair that we are trading at the higher high in the daily time frame. Again, the daily time frame high is the gray box, the red box is a 30-minute, the blue box is the 4-hour high. This is another 372, 3rd day push to the top side. We have the change of character, we have the break of structure, right? So now we're trading Amen, Lord, amen. Right, we have this low here. We have this high up here. Start off on the daily. Again, the daily high. This is the daily high. 4-hour time frame. This is what we were seeing. These are the highs that price have kept rejecting the entire time. We'll see if we have an opportunity. EU, very similar. Let's go ahead and start deleting some of these drawings real quick. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then today price gave us a higher high. This is the higher low. This is the higher high. You have 2 days of rise. Looking for the 372. GA. Price gave us a no net, no continuations for this one. And real quick, GA, we're at the top, we're at the higher high. We already reached the previous peak high. So now we're in peak high territory. We're just moving sideways up here. No continuations on the 4-hour, no continuations on the daily, no continuations on the 30. Price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Right, so gonna be careful with GA. GCAD, price gave us a no net. Again, another pair that does not have a continuation. GCAD, we'll look at this in the daily time frame. We're sitting at a higher high. Once again, we're pretty much sitting not at the previous peak high. We're still missing a few pips for peak high, but we're sitting in level 3. We're sitting at a higher high. We're sitting at the daily high. We're sitting at the 4-hour high. On the 4-hour time frame, we have no continuation. Right, if this week decides to push up, right, and finish on a 2nd week of rise, let's add a line here real quick. Here's this GCAD. Right, if this pair decides to go up and finish on a 2nd push to the top side or a 2nd week high, then next week we'll have a beautiful trade for this pair. right? But right now we just gotta be a little patient, just wait for that. And then again on the 30-minute time frame, no continuation. Price is still giving us lower low, lower high, and lower low. So I'm gonna just keep this up here. I'm not gonna really update it just yet. We'll do this on Sunday. We'll update this Sunday. What's good, Mohammed? Welcome to stream, my brother. 372 on 4 pairs, yes sir. We might have something on a Friday, man. But again, these 372s that we have, just at least what I did 2 of them already, right? Like the one on EU, I'm not really excited for because we're at the daily high and the 4-hour high, so we already know the probability of that happening is very low. EURCAD, same thing. We're at the daily high. The pullback is super super steep, but we'll see what happens. EA, same thing. Very steep pullback, so could potentially be looking for some entries. What's good, Mr. Albert? Hey, bro. Been away for a while. It's all good. Hope you've had a good week, my brother. Sometimes we need a little bit of a reset. It's all good. But again, didn't really miss out on too much, man. Markets have been dead as fuck. So it's all good. I fear they start moving straight away. That could happen too. Right? The good thing is that it's Friday, man. I don't know. You know, we've seen this enough times. Um, there's no news at Asia session Friday. There's no news during London session. All the news is at 10, I believe, tomorrow for Friday. With that being said, ideally, on a day with no news is the day that you wouldn't want to see price move like crazy the way we've been seeing it move the last couple of days. Right? But the last couple of days that we see it, if you go look, we have news for Asia or London session. So it makes sense, right? Especially last night. So again, ideally on a regular trading day, on regular, whenever shit's moving how it's supposed to, and there's a day like tomorrow where there's no news at all up until 10 in the morning, you're not going to get anything until either the end of London or until that NYC session hits. So we'll see though. Again, I'm not too much into a rush of it, so it's all good. I'm pulling an all-nighter anyway. I'll be on the charts, but I'm definitely not gonna be doing that. But I'll most likely be up for London. I'll be up and then I'll see what happens. Hey, GJ, I'm not really trading it, man. I'm just gonna skip. Like the pairs that don't look good, I'm just gonna skip it and then I'll worry about them tomorrow. GU same as Euro USD, but you can see the 372 has been hit already, so I'm gonna turn off GU already. NZD USD is still in a zone of consolidation, so I'm not really interested in trading this until we either break the highs or break the lows, right? Until we get a little bit more confirmation. To the people who thought I was gonna flop, you're the part of the reason I ain't gonna stop. US30 ended up giving us another day of no net. Super close, actually. I'll be going through. If you were haters, know I'm shitting on you. Do 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 do. We have a day of rise. Right, again, we're in the zone of consolidation still. Technically, did we get a valid break? Yes. But at this point, we can see a shoulder, head, shoulder. So we'll see what price wants to do. Again, we're sitting at the 4-hour and the daily highs as well. We have no valid breaks of the daily high, no valid break of the 4-hour high. We're still just sitting here. So could this just be the inducement of the high and then for price to go short? Absolutely. That could definitely be what's happening right now. USDCAD, I'm not trading it. I'll just update this real quick and then we'll update this on Sunday in the weekly market breakdown. As Sunday session, guys, remember here in the States at least, it's Father's Day on Sunday. So I'll be doing the weekly market breakdown the same way I did it a few weeks ago. I'm just gonna record it and then I'll post it for you guys to watch it so that we could get ready for the new trading week. I get the money from Sunday to Sunday. Hey. 372 on gold. Right, I told you guys I'm gonna draw this out so you guys can see exactly what it is that happens. So far, so good. Right, so far everything that we drew out was picture perfect. Right, price was gonna reach these highs. At these highs, we'll see the inducement, and then we're gonna start seeing this little pullback here in this area. This is a gated community. Please get the fuck out of my property. Stopping me. Wow, Bitcoin. That's a good thing we didn't take that trade. Went into profit just a little bit and then sent their trades right back to their accounts. And then we have a day of no net on oil. Oil just stayed in this area, so sitting in the engulfing candle, but we'll wait it out and see what happens. Right, price gave us high, higher, low, and then higher, high. But I'm never lagging. Yeah. I said I'm never lagging. Any questions, guys? Any specific pair you guys want me to go over? If not, that's pretty much it for today. Yes, sir. STP was hit anyway. For which pair? Oh, for Bitcoin. Yeah. When we were looking at this, STP was already hit. Yeah. But again, that just goes to show. The other day, like a week or two ago, there was somebody in the chat that was asking, why don't take trades after STP or ADR is hit, and this is the reason why. Updated my charts an hour ago. All good. All right, perfect. No problem, my brother. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. Again, I'll be live during the NYC session. If I wake up for London, and if I see a trade, then I'll turn the stream on for London. If not, then we'll be live for the normal time. During the NYC session, 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. and then we'll look at the charts, see if there's anything left. Check the journal. Read your journal. Euro AUD trade yesterday, a good example as to why you should respect the STP rule always. Let's see, Euro AUD. Oh yeah, exactly. Yup. Damn. This pair moved like crazy yesterday. I didn't even notice that. This shit did 180 pips, a pair that usually does 110. STP at 67. Yeah, you caught this as soon as the market opened. It's a great trade. Gave you STP, and as soon as it gave you STP, it came right back down. Yeah. And it just continued. Yeah, guys, any other questions? Anything else you guys want to go over? Anything you guys want me to talk about? Let me know. If not, we'll be back again tomorrow morning. And then remember, again, tomorrow's trading session in the morning is the last one for the week. And then we come back on Sunday for the weekly market breakdown. Oh, let me check the Discord chat. Discord, now we're good. Yo, where's Mike at, man? Yo, I haven't spoken to Mike in months, bro. Last time I spoke to Mike was April, bro. Last thing he told me was he was sick. And that's it. After that, I haven't heard of him. I hope he's good. Yeah, me too, to be honest with you. I hope he's good. Alright, team. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out. Any questions for the people who are gonna watch the recording? Any questions? Just feel free to message me. You could always leave the questions in the YouTube chat as well, or in the YouTube comments. And then again, for anybody else, any questions at all, just feel free to message me. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out.